It's a hockey stream on episode 271 of the VIG Lounge, where the Vegas Golden Knights play the Nashville Predators in what I believe is their last home game of the season. Will they be able to defend the fortress from a Predator invasion, or will they get mauled by Nashville? There's only one way to find out, but before we do that, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. With housekeeping out of the way, let's jump right in. Eichel and Stamkos to meet at center. And we're underway from the fortress with Nashville winning the opening draw. Oh, and it looks like the Golden Knights are going to be down a man early. As Noah Hannafin is headed to the box. What are they going to call that? Interference, I think? Yeah. I don't really agree with it, but 19:37 remaining, just under a minute gone, and the Golden Knights already down a man. Trying to get it out. Carried back in by Marchessault. Man, how poetic would that be? Nick Waugh trying to change that. Golden Knights in short-handed. Waugh with a shot turned aside by Saros. Pietrangelo a drive. That's kicked out as well. Now it's Stamkos. Deferred to Marchessault. Lost it. Now Pietrangelo brings it back in for the Golden Knights. Short-handed. Drifts into the circle. Lets a shot go. Couldn't get the rebound. Now they collected it in the form of McNabb. Lost it. Now it's Barbashev. Around the net. Shot and a save by Saros. He'll hang on, but it looks like Gus Nyquist, who is a Wild now, IRL, is going to the box for Nashville. So much for that power play. We're going to play a little bit of 4-on-4. And then the Golden Knights will have their chance at an power play opportunity. Oh, no, another interference call, allegedly. Apparently you can't hit somebody right after they lose the puck. Well, if that's how they're going to call it, it's going to be a 5-on-3 now. As Tomas Hertl goes to the box for interference. Wow. Oh, okay. That didn't even look like anything Hertl really did, but whatever. So much for that power play. Now it is a 4-on-3 for the Predators. And Haig sends it all the way down. Eight seconds remaining for Nashville's power play. And a one-timer, but shanked a little bit. It's now a 5-on-4 power play for the Predators, and they score. Anthony Mantha, who came over from Calgary in this playthrough's trade deadline. Leave it to a former Golden Knight to get the first one past Hill, and it's 1-0 Nashville. Around Novak, and he scores. One Predator that's never actually been a Predator IRL, and a former Predator scores now. And Aiden Hill has given up 2 goals that he would probably like to have back. And Vegas has definitely dug themselves a hole, giving up 2 goals on 4 shots. See if they can get themselves back into things here. Marchessault got ran over. I'm surprised that wasn't a penalty, the way this game has gone. Carried in. Brady Sky. Drive off the pad of Saros by Dorofeev. And it's brought out now by Yanni Gourde. Must have been traded from Seattle, which is an interesting move. Carried in now by Mark Stone with a drive. That's turned aside by Saros. He'll hang on. As the Golden Knights are trying to climb out of a 2-0 hole. Eichel wins the draw. Back to Theodore. Lets it go. Another save off the pad of Saros. And Brayden McNabb drifts into the circle and scores! There's a McNabb with a value menu as the Golden Knights cut the lead to 1. Little turning shot got past Saros. And on their 8th attempt, the Golden Knights have made it a game with a little over 13 minutes remaining here in the first. Mark Stone drifts into the circle. He got the rebound back. Out to Theodore. Theodore with a drive. That goes wide. Behind the net to Barbashev. Picked off by Shea, who's referred to as Brady Sky in this game, which is egregious because he's been in the league for quite a while. Puck sent in, and I believe this is going to be an icing, and indeed it is. Mark Stone drifting into the circle. Now back to McNabb. Trying to feed it down. Dumped in. Fed across. Now up to McNabb. McNabb with a shot, and he went wide. Can you imagine that? If both goals to tie this game would have been off the stick of Brayden McNabb. I certainly would not have had that on my bingo card, as he is an exceptional defensive defenseman. But he's not really known for scoring goals, but I'll take them, obviously. Man, I thought it was going to be 3-1 there, but thankfully, Hill stood his ground. Now Brett Howden tries to chase the puck down, and he does. Got in front, shot, and a save by Saros. He'll hang on with 6:21 to go, as the Golden Knights are still looking to tie it. Big hit along the wall by Mark Stone. Nyquist knocked down as he brought the puck into the Golden Knights zone. Fed up the right wing side, this time to Keegan Colasar. Colasar with a drive, kicked out by Saros. And then it was Waugh, but Nyquist took over. Mantha, one of the goal scorers for Nashville. Bit of a battle for it. Now up the gut to Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh drifts in and shoots. Save Saros. .334 to go here in the opening period, as the Golden Knights are still looking for the equalizer. And that is not the case on this attempt. Hip check there by Whitecloud. Found some space up the middle. Drifts in now for Brandon Saad. He shoots. Pad save Saros. One-timer on the right side, though, by White Cloud. So it didn't have the desired effect. But the Golden Knights are ramping up the shot volume. And are still trying to get this game tied after giving up 2 quick ones early in the first. 2:08 to go in the opening frame. Predators win the draw, lose the puck, but then kind of a weak shot that sent the puck all the way down into the Knights zone. Nice feed up to Dorofeev. Puck deflects away. Hurdle with a shot blocked, and that's a very interesting. Oh, can't do that. Pietrangelo was out of position, but he got the puck back courtesy of a hit. And we will not shoot. We weren't able to do so. And the Golden Knights still down by 1, but are definitely coming on strong. Let's take a look at the stats after 1 period of play. Golden Knights trail the Predators 2-1, outshooting them 16-7. Hits very close, 14-10, favor the Golden Knights. Face-offs, though, doubled up by Nashville, 8-4. And neither team actually has been successful on the power play. I thought that goal by Anthony Mantha was actually a power play goal, but I guess not. So, neither team has been successful on the man advantage, as I had said before. Technically, Vegas hasn't had a power play or had a very... Or no, I guess we wouldn't, because that was 4-on-4 when that penalty was called. So the Golden Knights still waiting for a power play. And let's see what happens here in the middle frame. 40 minutes to go, 20 minutes down. And can the Golden Knights tie this one up? Let's find out. Stamkos and Eichel meeting again at center. And the draw goes to Stamkos just as it did in the first. Feed now up to Eichel. And chased down by Carrier. Shot in front. Saros makes the save. As the Golden Knights settle in for another, hopefully, extended shift in the offensive zone to get that tying goal. Another one draw by Nashville. Back to Roman Josi. Now to Stamkos. Now to the former Golden Knight, Jonathan Marchessault. Carried in now by Mark Stone. Stone drifts in and shoots. Save Saros. Pietrangelo battling for it. Comes free to Ivan Barbashev. He got a shot away, and that's off the pad of Saros as well. Marchessault to Josi. Trying to find an easy outlet. And does, in the form of Jack Eichel, who lets a shot go. That's turned aside. Puck kind of drifts aimlessly into the Golden Knights zone. Collected behind the net by Hanifin. Tried to pass, but it went off a Predator's skate. Now there's a nice feed up to Hanifin joining the rush. Hanifin drifts in and shoots. Bad save, Saros. And now Nyquist. Wide open. Nice save by Aiden Hill. He's recovered nicely after giving up those 2 early goals. And now Shea Theodore gets into the Predator zone and loses the puck. Chased down by the defensive play by Dorofeev. And there's a Predator in Tommy Novak, who again is a Penguin IRL, looking for his chance on a loose puck, but Hill was able to smother it before any damage was caused. 12:16 remaining here in the second, as the Golden Knights are still looking for that tying goal. And of course that hit caused the puck to go into the Predator zone, and that's an icing as Shea touches up. There's some room up the right wing side to Victor Olofsson. Olofsson drifts into the circle. Save again by Saros. Feel like I've a broken record by how many times I've said that. Whitecloud a shot that's blocked through traffic. Ryan O'Reilly. Had his chance. And that's brought in now by Whitecloud. Saros out to challenge and makes the save. Got across. Now up the gut. Carried in by Nick Waugh. Waugh around. Carrier, or at least attempted it, but Carrier got the puck back. Across now to Nick Hague. Up to his fellow Nick Waugh. Waugh with a shot. Rebound is available, but they couldn't put it high as Howden tried to put it in the open side, but missed. McNabb with a bump. Now fed up to Pietrangelo. Pietrangelo flung one to the net. That's turned aside again. And it looks like the Golden Knights will finally get their first power play with 5:45 remaining as Colton Sissons is headed to the box. Yeah, that's a cross-check any way you slice it. Will this be the Golden Knights' opportunity to tie it? Can they do it with the extra skater, with the man advantage? Draw one back to Theodore, lets it go! And Saros smothers that. Back again to Theodore. That shot's blocked. Theodore has it again. Lets it go. Turned aside by Saros this time. Drifting into the circle. Trying to get the shot away, but couldn't do it. Dorofeev now with a chance. Blocked. And Gord, the former Seattle Kraken and now reacquired Tampa Bay Lightning IRL, brings it in for Nashville, or sends it down for Nashville rather. Carried in now by Theodore. Theodore lets a shot go. Blocked. Now Dorofeev. Across to Pietrangelo. And they're battling away for it, but Saros covers up. 4:43 to go. And the Golden Knights are still searching for that elusive second goal to get this game tied. But Saros has really stood his ground. Eichel wins it. This time back to Hanifin. That shot's blocked. And now Jankowski trying to get it out, and that's offside. 4:32 in the second to go, and 49 seconds on the man advantage for Vegas. Not much to show for it, because most of these shots are being blocked by the Nashville defense. Looks like Stone might actually get a good look there, and that's off the pad of Saros. Now Jankowski sends it down softly. They got a little bit of time still. Up the right wing side now to Tomas Hertl. Hertl drifts into the middle. He scores! The Thomas Ninja Hertl gives the Golden Knights the tying goal. Courtesy of the power play. It's 2-2 with Hertl's 40th of the campaign. That shot just kind of fooled Saros. He got most of it, but not enough. And this game, after a long battle, is tied on the power play for the Golden Knights. Carried in now by Stone. That's turned out by Saros. Eichel just into the slot. He got a shot away. Stone to Theodore. Almost tipped it in front. Did Barbashev. Barbashev trying to get the shot away. Stone cuts back to the left, and Saros covers up with 2:19 remaining. Now William Karlsson. We haven't seen much of the third line. It felt like anyway. Drive by Noah Hannafin. Turned aside. Again by Saros. Well, more like smothered, actually. He got them right in the breadbasket. I don't know, that may have been Theodore, but I could have sworn I saw 15 there for a second. Unless the defense switched now. Braden McNabb and Shea Theodore. Lozon. Carried in now by Victor Olofsson. Olofsson drifts into the circle. He scores! He can score! He can score! Victor scored. He go ahead, goal! Victor Olofsson gives the Golden Knights their first lead of the game. It's 3-2. 1 minute to go here in the second. And the Golden Knights have not only clawed back from a 2-0 deficit, but they are finally being rewarded with a lead after outshooting the Predators 34-10 thus far. 46.7 seconds remaining. Shot across now to Olofsson, who is the hero right now for Vegas. Dante Fabro. Uh-oh. Marchessault in. And a save by Hill. Rebounds available, but the Golden Knights were able to dodge that one and go into the intermission with a 1-goal lead, setting up a very exciting third period. Let's take a look at the stats after 2 periods of play. Golden Knights were down 2-0, now lead it, down 2-1 at the end of the first, now lead it 3-2 at the end of the second. Outshooting Nashville 34-12. Hits favor the Golden Knights as well, 28-13. Faceoffs actually now won mostly by Vegas, 13-12. Considering the deficit they overcame is pretty impressive. And look at that, 1-for-1 on the power play for the Golden Knights. And that, of course, was the tying goal by Tomas Hertl. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes up. Can the Golden Knights hang on or potentially extend the lead? We'll see. Pietrangelo. Fed one up the right wing side. There's Mark Stone to the net. He scores! What a beauty! A Stone Cold snipe from the Stone Cold Killer! And the Golden Knights lead by 2! Oh, man! What a nifty set of hands on that one. Nearly a minute in, or I should say, not even a minute in. This nearly would still work, but not even a minute in, would make a little more sense. Eichel now with a drive. That's kicked out by Saros. Then across to Hannafin. Now Pietrangelo tries to sneak his way in, but drew a penalty. And the former Golden Knight, Jonathan Marchessault, is guilty. I'm not sure what that slashing, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Marshy knows. He put his head down. Going to redo that draw as the puck rolled in on Saros. Now behind the net to Dorofeev. He cuts across. Great chance. Saros got it. Got it over to Shea. Was given away to Carlson. Poke check by Saros. And now O'Reilly Auto Parts sends it down. That's right, there's a little racing reference for you for no reason. Because I was playing one of the older games I grew up with, NASCAR Racing 2. Shot score! Pavel! Forfeit. And the Golden Knights are 2 for 2 on the power play. As Dorofeev gets their 39th shot past Saros. Shots at 39. Better believe we're feeling fine. Oh, big knockdown. Now to Pietrangelo. Up the right wing side to Dorofeev, who decides to dump it in. Collected on the left wing boards by Hurdle. He cuts to the front, got a shot away. Turned aside by Saros. Now Stamkos has it for Nashville. Stamkos gets it back to Marchessault. And Stamkos with a great opportunity once again. Didn't quite pan out the way they were hoping. And a knockdown. Forsberg to Marchessault. Oh, how did we miss that pass? Collected behind the net by Roman Josi. Marchessault carries out. Defers to Carrier. Carrier gets bumped. Shea Theodore. Brandon McNabb carries it in, lets it go, score! What a weird goal that was! Highway 61! Bob Stone with his second goal of the game! Up to 55 on this campaign. Highway 61, by the way, is a local reference here in Thunder Bay. That's why I say that periodically. It's one of our kind of major rural highways. In case anybody's wondering. Still not really sure how that puck went in. I mean, maybe deflected off of Stone, but whatever, I'll take it any chance I can get. Golden Knights now have a big lead. It's 6-2. It's like once they scored on the power play to tie it, they just haven't looked back. Now to Theodore. One-timer, that's saved by Saros. Now there's some battles for it. Shea Theodore gets it up to McNabb. Trying to drift into the circle. Shot got blocked. Fed across. And collected by Brayden McNabb. Up the right wing side to William Karlsson. Got his own rebound. That's turned aside by Saros as well. 7:27 to go. There are the Golden Knights' upcoming games, and it is indeed away from the Fortress with stops in Calgary and Vancouver as the season wraps up. I will, of course, have those games for you as we gear up for the playoffs. Now Pietrangelo. Puck's dumped all the way around. Drifts into the Predator zone. This is definitely going to be icing. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. I thought that it was going to be an icing play, but I guess not. Now Hurdle wheels his way in. Pietrangelo with a shot turned aside and held by Saros. .4:25 to go. Draw one by Nashville in their own zone. Pietrangelo lowers the boom with a little hip check. Hanifin stays with it, and so does Stamkos, and he finds the back of the net. 33rd goal of the year for Steven Stamkos. Hanifin tried to get there, but a little flyby makes it 6-3, so this game's interesting, I will say. Eichel wins the draw. But across now. Mark Stone with a drive. That's turned aside and out of play. Drive in front, kicked aside, or kicked out rather. And it looks like the Golden Knights are going to have a power play in the final minutes of the third here as Brady Shea goes to the box for a pretty bad cross-check in front of the net. I guess they called that a trip. It looked like I saw some lumber there, but guess my eyes deceived me. 2:32 remaining. Theodore drive, that's kicked out and goes out of play. .229 remaining in this game. Draw one a little too well by Eichel this time. Collected by Hanifin and carried in. Hanifin drifts and shoots, turned aside again by Saros. That shot deflected and went on goal, but Saros covers up once again. 1:35 to go here on the power play, and a little over 2 minutes to go. 2:07, in fact, in this game. Carlson wins the draw on his forehand, back to Hanifin. Lets one go. Maybe he could have waited for traffic to form, but it was not to be. And Saros makes another save and holds on. This time the Predators win the draw, and Lozon gets it to Gord, who gives it away. And it's carried back in by Noah Hanifin. Hanifin lost the puck now, and Jankowski in shorthanded. Save, Hill. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty. As Zach Whitecloud now is going to the box. Yeah, okay. Kind of a weak call, but whatever. Because he kind of got past his legs with the stick a little bit, but whatever. It is what it is. It's going to be inconsequential anyway. Fed now to Dorofeev. Dorofeev in with a shot, rebound! Pops out. Hurdle's got it. Settles it down and lets it go with just under a minute remaining. As after being down 2-0, the Golden Knights have just poured on the shot volume. Hurdle scores! What a beauty! Thomas Newton, Ninja Hurdle. Thomas Newton, Ninja Hurdle. Thomas Newton, Ninja Turtle. Hero with a good stick. Hurdle power. Oh, I just really like that shot. That was very nice. Settles the puck down and just flings it up to the top corner of the net. What a beauty. 45.5 remaining. Drive wide. Across that, McNabb score! Oh no, Hurdle's got a hat trick! Oh, look at that! I think that's 2 short-handed goals for Tomas Hurdle, and the Hats just fly out of the stands here at the Fortress. And 32.9 remain on the clock. The Predators have more power play time than clock time. But the Golden Knights have definitely turned this power play around. Drip to Theodore! Oh, what a save! The defense pairing. Uh-oh. Now it's Forsberg in. And he tucks it in. Nice goal by Peter Forsberg. Excuse me. That almost looked like Peter Forsberg. Philip Forsberg, excuse me, for his 23rd. That was very nice. I'll give him that. Just deke, and whoop, finds that little bit of room to tuck it in. But it's still doubled up the advantage here, 8-4. If you like goal scoring, this is the game for you, because it's been competitive. Stone with a drive, that's turned aside. Barbashev tries to get it on goal as well, and that'll do it. The Vegas Golden Knights send their home fans happy with a huge 8-4 win against the Predators in a very competitive game, especially with the Golden Knights having to overcome an early 2-0 deficit. But once they made it 3-2, they just never looked back. We're not quite north of 60. We're close, though. Let's take a look at the stats to wrap things up. Of course, the score, 8-4 in favor of the Golden Knights. And out shooting 60-18. That's also the Golden Knights' favor, of course. Hits 41-21. Advantage VGK. And the faceoffs 24-20. Golden Knights won that as well. And as you can see, they went 2 for 3 on the power play. Nashville was 1 for 4. But there was a shorthanded goal. I thought it was multiple, but I guess the other Tomas Hurdle goal was a 4-on-4. But either way, what matters most is the Golden Knights rack up another win and send their home fans happy with this finale here at the Fortress. Still 2 games on the road left for Vegas, so we'll, of course, have those when the time comes up, of course. But until next time, I have been the Visually Impaired Gamer 1987. Please note this is part 1 of a 2-part stream. I'll be back a little later with some UFC 314 action, 4 main fight cards. So please stick around for that. But until then, I have been the Visually Impaired Gamer 1987. Once again, thank you for watching the VIG Lounge. I bid you adieu and have yourselves a sensational Saturday, everybody.